because of the lifestyle that myself and my husband's lived, because he was in the forces, so we're used to separation, it was an easier transition. But even if he hadn't been in the forces, you know, I would have still made the move. Spain's not a million miles away. When we get out of lockdown, you know, you can jump on a plane, can't you?
Of course. What about making new friends? How have you found that?
That's been one of the really big positives. Back in UK, I had a wide circle of friends and family, but obviously we all lead such busy lives in England. Everybody's busy doing their own thing. So I could go weeks when my husband was away without seeing anybody. Here, every day, I see one or two people to share a glass or two of wine with.
Oh, that's nice for you, isn't it?
It is, yeah, but the wine's a bit of a problem.
We've made a great circle of friends since we've come to Spain, because we have more time to socialise and meet people, because we're now both retired. Missing the family is a big concern, but that's across the globe as such at this moment in time. But we find FaceTime technology is a great help, thank goodness, because if we were writing letters, my goodness, I don't know how we'd be coping then.
Yeah, especially with the Spanish mail system.
Fine, we've integrated well. Richard's sister actually moved here last July, so the friends they've made, we've sort of integrated with them a little bit. As I said before, we've got brilliant neighbours. Everyone's just been so welcoming, so although we do obviously miss everybody at home.
You can tell that you've both embraced it, haven't you, with open arms. Yeah.
I did in the beginning, because everyone says to me, oh, you know, you're going to miss your grandchildren, and I said, well, no, we've had our time. It's our time now, you know, this is memories for us to make together.
Oh,
and we FaceTime, you've got FaceTime now, so...
Yeah, certainly.
Easier. I don't think so, no. You've got the internet, so we actually could view a lot of houses online. We could actually get things booked up in advance. I think the whole process is quite easy, from jumping on the ferry to driving down, setting up appointments and going through the process. So
Yeah, we're very happy. We are.
Fantastic.
I think we'd spoken before about the possibility of having two cars. We've got one car. If I want to go out somewhere, or Jane wants to go out somewhere at the same time, then maybe getting a little smaller car would be handy, just to sort of pop off into town, etc. So that's probably one thing that we think we could get.
Not going into lockdown, but apart from that.
Of course.
The bureaucracy, there's a lot of red tape, get your residencia, to buy your property, things like that. Not quite as spot on as the UK, but we've come to Spain, so we have to live the way the Spanish do, and it takes time, and you overcome it, because there's always people to help you.
Ken?
I think it's pretty much what Joan said. It's more or less the red tape, and I think a big stumbling block is the language barrier. Maybe we should have tried harder before we came to get into the language more. We fumble our way through, but there's not any real issues that you can't. You ask a question in the forums, or you ask some friends, and they've come across the same problem. It's easy to resolve.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
The language barrier again does concern us, because we have health cover that doesn't give us any stress whatsoever, but it's the stories you hear. Fortunately, we haven't had to visit hospitals or even the doctor as such, but it's the stories you hear that your family have to look after you when you're in hospital, or again, as I say, the language barrier. But that's the only concern we have whatsoever, health-wise.
Yeah, but I think it's quite easy to get hold of a translator. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
a translator, it doesn't cost a lot of money, and
which we would obviously have to do because of the language barrier. You know, it doesn't stress us. There's a little thought at the back of your head thinking, oh gosh, I hope I never have to But we all think that anyway, don't we?
Of course, that's quite a common concern, I would think.
But we have all heard that the Spanish system is very, very good. The hospitals are very, very good, whereas the UK tend to put things off. The Spanish just want to get you in, get it fixed, and get you back out again. So I think that's a big positive for them.
Nothing that you can't deal with. It's been quite straightforward, really.
Well, everybody's probably going to say the same thing. It's the fact that you can't see your family and your friends. But apart from that, nothing majorly. I think if you move out here and you don't think that you're bringing England to Spain, if you get it into your head that you're actually living in Spain with Spanish ways, you've cracked it. What causes me the most stress? Again, not seeing family and friends. That's the thing that, bothers me the most. But the whole world's in the same situation, really. So we're not missing out in Spain. In fact, I think we've actually got it better than back in the UK.
I think it's the language barrier. You don't really think of that as when you come over, especially if you're wanting work done to the house or something needs doing. That can be a bit frustrating, but we've been good enough. It's been nice enough to have great neighbours help us out, and everyone's been so friendly. So yeah, it's not frustrating for too long. Driving on the other side of the road, I've never done it.
How are you finding that?
It's fine now. I had a meltdown for the first 2 weeks and didn't go for very many places, but I like being independent.
So you've done really well. Like 2 weeks is not a long time to relearn how to drive when everything's on the wrong side.
No, it's absolutely fine now. If I can do it, anyone can do it.
Did you find it really natural, Rich?
Yeah, I've driven over in America and things, so yeah, it wasn't too. It is sort of one of those things that you just have to get on and do it. So.
Would you rather have a life without coffee or a life without wine?
A life without.
She's taking too long.
I can see which one you're going for.
I don't drink tea, coffee or wine, so.
So what would be your chosen beverage?
Rum.
This is just, would you rather prefer to speak Spanish or that the Spanish spoke English?
Oh no, I'd like to speak Spanish.
Yeah, I would.
You both would, yeah. Fantastic. Would you rather be able to travel in a time machine or travel in a teleporter and be wherever you wanted in the world? Like that.
Teleporter. Yeah.
And why?
I think a teleporter because I'd go to Africa and go on safari.
Wow, okay, that's good. Not pop back to see your children for a cup of coffee?
Well, I'd pick them up on the way.
Would you prefer a life with no air conditioning or a life without your swimming pool?
A life without a swimming pool.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Definitely.
Those temperatures do get mighty warm in the summer, don't they?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah, definitely. From my point of view, I can't really think of any negatives. It's just all been positive, even with lockdown.
Very much hope you enjoyed meeting a few of the people who've made Almeria their full-time home. You'll get to see them again soon and be introduced to many more. And don't forget, for more real people, real lives and great stories, hit subscribe. See you soon. Hasta pronto.